Hey everybody, welcome to Peak Life. I'm Jim Hazel and summer is here and you know what that means in Chesapeake. Shakespeare in the Grove, the Bard is back, and to help tell us about it is Logan Bennett, the director of the play, and the lovely and talented Michelle Jenkins. Thank you guys for coming on down.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so I know the play is Twelfth Night, or What You Will,
Yeah.
which we can get into later about why it has two titles.
Sure.
But Shakespeare, he's kind of, he's got a lot of experience in hijinks and things like that, or misidentity, whatever.
Yeah.
That's in this play, which makes it a comedy. What can you tell us without giving away the treasure trove, as it would?
Sure. So sort of the synopsis is Viola is shipwrecked. She believes her brother is drowned, and she washes up on this foreign country where she doesn't know anyone.
Of course.
So, of course, she disguises herself as a boy and goes to work for the Duke.
Absolutely.
Who is in love with a Countess Olivia, played by Michelle Jenkins.
All right.
Who then falls in love with Viola disguised as a boy. Meanwhile, Viola has fallen in love with Duke Orsino.
Everybody got that? Everybody got it? Okay.
And then hilarity ensues.
Yeah, hijinks and hilarity.
Yeah.
And Michelle, tell us about your character, Olivia. You're in love with who?
It's a really tough question.
It sounds like like high school, but
I fall in love with Viola, who is a girl, but I don't ever find that out
Right.
for a
Gotcha.
long time.
Till the end.
And what do you think makes the Shakespeare, outside or in the Grove? What makes that so special? I know we've done this for decades here in Chesapeake, and it's good to be back in the Grove of things because I know we didn't get to go outside last year. Tell us more about that, Logan.
Well, it's more of a festival atmosphere, and you're talking about the title. This was originally performed as a 12th Night celebration, which is the 12th day of the Christmas calendar, the Feast of the Epiphany. It's on January 5th, but there were very raucous, crazy events. There was a Lord of Misrule. Like if you got a piece of cake with a pea in it, you were the Lord of Misrule, and so you were kind of king for the day. And there was kind of disguises, and servants would be the master for the day. And so it was this
more of an old English tradition.
Exactly,
kind of party.
It's an unbridled kind of revelry for this kind of buttoned-up society.
And did you have to train for this then, Olivia, or what?
Oh, I've been training in revelry for years.
And I know you're a seasoned veteran with the Shakespeare, and you've been doing summer stock for at least 2 or 3 years.
Oh, it's true. This will be my 7th Shakespeare in the Grove, but it's been a long time for me. The last one I did was Hamlet, which was 9 years ago, so it's been a long time, but I'm glad to be back.
You're glad to be back? Good. And what do you think people should expect as far as when they go to the Grove? I know we're going to have some freshmen attendees.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring a lawn chair or a blanket. We have 3 different seating sections, so it's blankets, low chairs, and then regular lawn chairs. Pack a picnic, snacks, drinks. We will have the Kiwanis Club out with refreshments, hot dogs and popcorn and stuff like that as well.
So there will be some raucous rivalry and ribaldry. And the Grove is, I remember the old location was further down Cedar Road. This is actually more kind of amongst the TCC buildings. So how can people find it if they haven't been there before?
Oh, well, you can just park in the main lot, and there'll be signage up directing you exactly where to go. Now,
I heard there's live music to this, and there's also, you're kind of throwing this party, as it were, or what you will.
What you will.
In 1695, like the high water mark of piracy, so to speak. Why'd you choose that as kind of your adaptation?
Well, the play itself is really kind of wild, and it lends itself to that period. Like that was a pretty wild period in New World history. It was a really raucous, wild town. It was more of an economic hub than London even at the time. And it was really a place where anything could happen. You could show up penniless, make a fortune in one night, and lose it the next day.
Wait, what town are we in again?
Port Royal, Jamaica.
Okay,
yeah, sorry.
All right. That gives it the more of the pirate Caribbean theme. Yeah. And then it can also be more like summer in December then, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And Michelle, so what do you really find compelling about doing Shakespeare or this role in particular?
This role in particular, all Shakespeare, it's good for the past and it's good for the present and it's good for the future. Like Shakespeare has a really great ability to you kind of tap into the classic part of it, but it translates into modern times really well. And Olivia is one of those great characters where there are things about her that, even if you're a fan of Twelfth Night and you've read it 100,000 times, you may not always see Olivia get her do,
Right.
just because of the way things are written. So. And Logan does a great job of that. Like as a director, like he manages to mine that Shakespeare for stuff that translates into modern times. So.
Well, why is it that Shakespeare is so enduring over the centuries? We can still, these are still meaningful and fun and all that. Why?
I think it's because human nature hasn't really changed. It's,
okay.
It could have been written yesterday.
We're still partying.
Well, exactly. The things that people go. Well, yeah. As far as like as wild and partying as it is, there's also a lot of somber and grief. Like Olivia's grieving the death of her brother. I'm sorry. Olivia's grieving the death of her brother and father. Viola's grieving the death of her brother. And so there is kind of this interesting
ups and downs is what makes a drama.
For as much of a comedy as it is, there's a heaviness to it as well, so it's balanced very well.
All right, so we're having this play June 23rd.
Yes, that's
right.
Night.
8 to 10.
Yep.
Should we get there early?
Yeah, your best bet is to get there a little bit early.
Don't show up and walk in front of the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people, they get there like 3 in the afternoon, set up their spot so they know exactly where they got.
And it will run through Saturday.
Through Sunday.
Through Sunday? Yeah. Okay. Is it the same time on Sunday?
Yes, it's 8 o'clock every night.
Okay. And one of the things I remember about the productions, in the Grove in particular, is that sometimes the actors have to freeze. Can you explain that? We have to wait for the world to pass us by.
It's one of the obstacles and also one of the joys of doing outdoor theater is, sometimes we get a fire truck going by or a helicopter and, you don't want to miss any of these beautiful words. So the lights will dim down a little bit, the actors will freeze in place till the noise goes by, and then lights come back up and the show continues on.
Wow. And how many of you do? I know you've been there a while too, right?
Yeah.
You started out as a volunteer and now you work there.
Yeah.
Do you have like an office under the stage or what?
I'm all over the place.
And okay, so it's June 23rd,
yes.
8 o'clock to 10, just 2 hours. You're going to have an intermission so you can get another hot dog. And it's the 24th annual, isn't it?
24th, yeah.
Can you believe it?
I know, it's crazy.
We weren't around then. Yes, we were.
No, we were.
We were. Okay. All right, and it's at the Grove, which is kind of behind the Whitehurst building. You can follow the signs or listen for the ribaldry, and you can find it.
Yeah.
And for more information, you go to what? TCC.edu?
TCC.edu, yeah.
Or you can call the stage manager, Matt Goris, at, should I give him that number?
Go for it. We can edit this out, right?
No, we'll ask him first before we'll put it up. But don't miss it, everybody. Shakespeare in the Grove. Thanks, you guys, for coming down, and we will see you for 12th Night, or what you will, on June 23rd. And I'm going to get there before 8 p.m. Right?
That's right.
All right. Thanks again for coming down. That's all we have for Peak Life, everybody. We will see you next time, and be sure to enjoy the summer. Get out in the sun. I surely did. All right.